For millions of years, Earth was ruled by creatures so strange, they seem almost unreal today. Towering birds that couldn't fly, snakes longer than buses, wolves stronger than any alive today. But one by one, they vanished through human hands, climate shifts, or time itself. Today, we're uncovering some of the most extraordinary creatures erased by time. Moa. The moa are an extinct group of flightless birds that once dominated New Zealand. Unlike ostriches or emus, their closest living relatives, the moa had no wings at all, not even tiny stubs. The largest species, Dinornis robustus and Dinornis novaezelandii, could reach 12 feet tall and weigh nearly 230 kilograms. Moas thrived in forests, shrublands, and even high alpine regions. For thousands of years, their only natural predator was the mighty haas seagull, a raptor so powerful it could strike prey 15 times heavier than itself. As herbivores, moa were New Zealand's dominant grazers, shaping the very landscape. But everything changed around 1300 AD when Polynesian settlers arrived. Hunting, habitat destruction, and introduced animals like dogs and rats quickly pushed them to extinction. Their slow breeding, just 1 or 2 eggs a year, meant they never had a chance to recover. By 1440 AD, the moa were gone. Archaeological evidence shows Maori people used their bones for tools, feathers for clothing, and meat for feasts, though much of it went to waste. With females often twice the size of males, their extreme sexual dimorphism still fascinates scientists today. The moa's story remains one of the fastest and most devastating human-driven extinctions in history, a haunting reminder of how quickly giants can fall. Elasmotherium. Nicknamed the Siberian unicorn, Elasmotherium was not a creature of fantasy, but a prehistoric relative of the rhinoceros. Living from about 2.6 million to 39,000 years ago across Eastern Europe and Central Asia, it towered over modern rhinos with its massive body and iconic single horn, which may have stretched up to 2 meters long. Covered in thick fur and built for the freezing steppe, it grazed almost exclusively on tough, dry grasses. That specialization was both its strength and its downfall. As Ice Age climates shifted and steppe grasslands shrank, Elasmotherium struggled to survive. Unlike mammoths or giant sloths, which humans hunted heavily, Elasmotherium likely succumbed mainly to habitat loss and climate change. Its narrow diet left little room to adapt. By about 36,000 years ago, this giant grazer had vanished, thousands of years before the peak of the last ice age. Deinosuchus. Meet Deinosuchus, the terror crocodile of the late Cretaceous, living roughly 83 to 72 million years ago. At up to 35 feet long and weighing more than 4 tons, it dwarfed any crocodile alive today. Despite its monstrous size, Deinosuchus looked surprisingly familiar. Broad snout, armored back, crushing jaws. But its bite was unlike anything on Earth, measured between 18,000 and over 100,000 newtons of force, capable of snapping bones and even killing dinosaurs that wandered too close to the water's edge. It prowled coastal wetlands on both sides of the western interior seaway, thriving in both fresh and salt water. Fossils across 12 U.S. states and northern Mexico reveal its dominance as an apex predator. But even giants fall. As sea levels dropped and coastal wetlands disappeared, Deinosuchus lost its home. By the end of the Cretaceous, this dinosaur-hunting crocodilian had vanished, leaving behind fossilized evidence of one of the most fearsome predators in Earth's history. Dire wolf. The dire wolf, made famous by pop culture, was very real. Native to the Americas from 125,000 to about 10,000 years ago, dire wolves were 25% larger than modern gray wolves, weighing up to 68 kilograms. Their jaws were stronger, their teeth broader, perfect for crunching through bone to reach marrow. They were hypercarnivores, with meat making up over 70% of their diet. Hunting in packs, they brought down horses, bison, camels, even mammoths. The La Brea tar pits in Los Angeles contain hundreds of their skeletons, proof of their cooperative, pack-based lifestyle. But as the Ice Age ended, dire wolves faced new competition. Humans, gray wolves, and other predators all fought for dwindling prey. Within a few thousand years, they were gone. Remarkably, in 2024, scientists at Colossal Biosciences announced the first successful attempt at de-extinction, creating dire wolf-like pups using ancient DNA. Named Romulus, Remus, and Khaleesi, they're not true dire wolves, but a glimpse of what once roamed the Americas. Glyptodon. Imagine an armadillo the size of a car. That was the Glyptodon. At 11 feet long, 5 feet tall, and weighing up to 2 tons, this Ice Age giant carried a bony shell of 1,800 interlocking plates, plus an armored tail that could be swung like a club. Glyptodons grazed on grasses and plants near rivers and lakes. Their slow metabolism and flexible diet made them surprisingly resilient to environmental changes. But humans posed a threat. Early people may have hunted them not just for meat, but also for their shells, which could serve as shelters. By 12,000 years ago, the Glyptodons were gone. Climate shifts and human hunting together ended their reign, leaving only fossils and their smaller, modern cousins, the armadillos. Titanoboa. Deep in the swamps of Paleocene Colombia, 60 million years ago, slithered the largest snake the world has ever known, Titanoboa. At 42 to 46 feet long and weighing over a ton, it was longer than a school bus and far heavier than any snake alive today. Titanoboa was a constrictor, not venomous, killing prey with bone-crushing pressure estimated at 400 pounds per square inch. It likely fed on giant fish and crocodile-like reptiles, ruling the warm, swampy rainforests of its time. But Titanoboa size depended on heat. As the earth cooled and rainforests gave way to drier grasslands, the environment could no longer sustain such a massive cold-blooded predator. Without its warm, swampy home, Titanoboa vanished. Mammuthus primigenius. The woolly mammoth was one of the Ice Age's most iconic animals. Standing up to 12 feet tall and weighing over 7 tons, they were built for survival in frozen tundras. Their thick coats had 2 layers, and a fat layer nearly 8 centimeters deep insulated them against the cold. With long, curved tusks, mammoths dug through snow to reach grasses and shrubs, consuming over 200 kilograms of food a day. Closely related to modern Asian elephants, they roamed across Europe, Asia, and North America. Most populations died out around 10,000 years ago, but isolated groups survived much longer. One small population persisted on Wrangel Island until just 4,300 years ago, overlapping with the time of the Egyptian pyramids. Their extinction was caused by a double blow: climate warming that shrank their tundra habitats and relentless human hunting. Today, frozen carcasses, cave paintings, and DNA studies make the woolly mammoth one of the best understood extinct animals, and perhaps the most likely candidate for de-extinction. From the moa to the mammoth, each left its mark before vanishing. Which would you bring back? Comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more strange stories of our world.